Gabi Moskowitz. I am a food blogger, cookbook author, and producer of Young and Hungry on Freeform. And today I am going to make some matzah with you. It's important to know that matzah that you make at home is not technically kosher for Passover. So if you have a strict kosher home, this isn't a great recipe to use during Passover, but you can use it any other time during the year, and it's really fun. So it's a really important Jewish value called Na'aseh v'nishma, and that means learning by doing. So today we're going to learn all about matzah by making it. Let's make some matzah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rim baking sheet and I'm going to preheat it in the oven. And I know this is a little different from most baking projects, but just trust me. I've got my oven preheated to 500 degrees, super, super high. I'm going to flip this baking sheet over and I'm going to just put it down here. All right, now that's going to get nice and hot, which is going to help make our matzah super crispy really quickly. So I'm going to start with some really simple ingredients. I have some regular all-purpose flour here, and I'm just going to sift it into this mixing bowl. So sifting it, just make sure that there's nothing that you don't want in your matzah. So we've got some sifted flour. This is just a little bit of warm water. I'm also going to add some extra virgin olive oil. You can use another oil if you want. I really like the taste of olive oil. And just a little bit of salt. So you just work it together. Matzah is made always in under 18 minutes because 18 minutes is the point at which people say that that's when the dough starts to rise. And as we know, during Passover, we don't eat leavened bread. And so it's important that the bread not be leavened. So I'm going to take a little bit of flour and just give myself this nice floured surface so the dough doesn't stick. And I'm going to take my dough and just sort of pat it, make sure it's nice and smooth. And I'm going to cut it into pieces. So I'm just rolling this out. Okay, see how it's nice and thin? That's what we're looking for. Next, I'm going to take a fork. First of all, it keeps the matzah from rising too much. It also looks cool and it's kind of fun. Now you have a couple of choices next. You can just put it in the oven plain. You could also brush it with a little bit of water or a little bit of oil. I'm going to go with oil just because I think the flavor's nice. And this is just going to help make sure that it browns really evenly. Just to give it a little more flavor, just a little bit of flaky Maldon salt. You could also use regular kosher salt if you want. Okay, so this one is ready to go. If you're working with an oven and you're a kid, you may need to have a parent come and help you with this part because it's a little dangerous and those baking sheets get very hot. What we're gonna do here is open the oven, pull out our baking sheet, and then very quickly slide our matzah onto the baking sheet. And it's gonna be about maybe 2.5 minutes, and then we're gonna use some tongs to flip it. Okay, so the matzah has been baking for about 2 minutes, so it's time to flip it. And it's gonna bake for another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're gonna have crispy homemade matzah. As you can see, it's beautiful, it's thin, it's crispy and crunchy, perfect for a snack, however you like to have matzah. My all-time favorite way to dress up matzah is to make matzah pizza. I've got some nice tomato sauce. I have some shredded mozzarella. That's gonna go on top. So that is nice and cheesy as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna throw it back in the oven. And in just a couple of minutes, I'm gonna have homemade matzah pizza. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I'm gonna take a bite. It looks so good. Ugh, so cheesy. So delicious. As you can see, it is so easy to make matzah at home, and there are so many different ways to do it. I wish you a very, very happy Passover. Make sure to subscribe for more great Jewish videos, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Gabi Moskowitz.